Okay, hello everybody. Hello. How's everyone doing today? Welcome, my friends. Welcome. How are you? Phil here, live on the stream. I am ready for a full day of streaming, and I hope that you guys are as well. Um, it's Thursday, the 21st of June, 2018. Big variety yet again today. This has been a very big variety week. I mean, I've played, strategy style games. I've played action RPGs. I've played first person shooter survival games, right? Tonight I'll be playing some Street Fighter. Tomorrow we'll be doing tennis. I mean, some pretty crazy variety stuff. All right. And I am nearing the end of a few projects. Just so you guys know, I want to give you guys an update on how everything's going, especially for those of you who cannot be here every single day for every stream, and maybe you're not caught up on all the videos or you're not watching all the current playthroughs. You might be wondering what's going on, right? So all that being said, here's the deal. Right now, I'm nearing the end of 2 games. All right, the first game is Vampire. If you've been watching that playthrough and following along, as of last night's stream, I got to the final boss, but I ran out of time messing around with the final boss, which apparently has 2 forms. I did actually best the first form, got to the second and died, and then I was like, well, I'm out of time. From what I understand, Vampire does have an entire epilogue chapter as kind of a closing to the story, which is good, because, the best part of the game has been the story. It would suck if you just kill the final boss, the game just fucking ends, and that's it. So, what that means is one more session of Vampire, and I should be wrapping up the game. Okay? So that's probably going to be, next week. Probably Monday night of next week. Alright. Also, Jurassic World Evolution. Obviously, that's what we're playing today, and it looks like it's going to end. We're nearing the very end. I'm on the final island, the 5th island, okay? And let me tell you, it's been pretty challenging to save this island. It started off with wild dinosaurs, and having to try to build enclosures, capture them, and have them be healthy has been a challenge. The wild dinosaurs basically kept breaking out. The Stegosaurus in particular would not stop attacking the barrier, so I just sold a bunch of them. And now it seems like maybe the island is under control. Now, from what I'm going to understand, in order to actually beat the game, I have to make this island 4 stars. I'm going to confirm that. I'm not 100% on that. But I think I have to make it 4 stars, and then it's considered a success. It's going to be pretty tough because this island has very bad inclement weather, including a twister that's shown up twice and destroyed my paddock. So even when everything seems to be under control, right, at a moment's notice, things could go wrong. So what I'm going to do today is focus on, getting more enclosures, new dinosaurs, trying to up the profitability of the island, and then transportation, of course. If I could work on like a monorail or whatever, it would be perfect. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes. If I hit 4 stars, supposedly that's the end of the campaign, but then sandbox mode opens up, which means the original island of Jurassic Park from the original movie opens up, and then you're able to build on that island with infinite money. So basically it's just a fun mode, okay? So hopefully, my friends, today will go well. In fact, Myth Storm is trying to help me out. He says the social rating that dinosaurs have is how many of that particular species is in the same pen. The population rating is how many dinos in general are in one enclosure. So that's what I was confused about last time I played. I was putting a bunch of Stegosaurus in a pen, and I guess they were unhappy because of the population. And I didn't understand that because that never happened before. I'd never seen that stat before be in the negative. So now I know. So basically there's a limited amount you can put in each pen before they get pissed. I'll have to keep an eye on that. I'll have to keep an eye on that and see how I can, fix that today. And that's good because I have a lot of room on this island. The problem was I was trying to clean up the island and get the wild dinosaurs into pens. And I think that's where the problem arose, is that there were so many wild Stegosaurus on the goddamn island, right? And then they were so agitated, there was no way I was going to get them to calm down, so I just had to sell the shit out of them in order. And now I can start over. Now getting economy. You know, the money's starting to build up. I'll be able to just pull out the dinos that are going to be the big payoff dinos anyway. So I think I'll be all right. Okay? So, let's see how today goes, guys, with Jurassic Park Evolution. And hopefully I'll beat it. It's looking like I probably am going to beat it today with 4 hours to mess with this island. I'm pretty sure I'm going to, you know, hopefully be able to finish this off, okay? If I do finish early, yes, I will try out the sandbox mode, okay? And if I do have extra time, I may even do a live review of the game here today, all right? Tonight, I'm playing Street Fighter from the collection, the Anniversary Collection, my friends. And the voting is in your hands of what I'm going to play. The options are Street Fighter Alpha 3 or Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. The poll is currently live on my Twitter, so if you go over to twitter.com/TheyCallMeDSP or just @TheyCallMeDSP on Twitter, it's the pinned post on my profile. You can vote right now which game you want to see. Right now, Third Strike is in the lead by about 10%. And just so you guys know, only about 180 people had voted when I checked this morning. So that means if 18 people vote the other way, you could totally flip the poll. All right. So right now it's up in the air. I'm not sure what I'm going to be playing. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to be playing. Because of it's based on your votes. But I will be playing Street Fighter tonight no matter what. Okay? Tomorrow is going to be fun. Tomorrow is the release of Mario Tennis Aces on the Switch. And I did already pre-purchase and download this game. Special shout out to the viewer who donated the Nintendo Shop credits to buy the game. All I had to do, I had to pay the tax. I had to pay like $6 tax myself. But I was able to get the game, you know, pretty much for free. So that'll be tomorrow, the premiere of Mario Tennis Aces. I don't know how that game's going to be, all right? I know nothing about it because I've never played Mario Tennis before. But I'm willing to give it a shot on a stream. We'll see how things go. And if you guys like it and are supportive during the stream, then I'll probably continue to play it. I don't know if the game has a campaign or whatever. The bummer is with Nintendo games, first-party Nintendo games, as you guys well know by this point, I make no money whatsoever on the YouTube videos on those games. They claim all first-party gameplay videos on YouTube, even though it is illegal. It actually is illegal to do so, because it has not been ruled in a court of law that, you know, Let's Plays are or are not considered transformative works, and therefore for them to actually be legally claiming them now without a ruling, it would be against the law. But they do it anyway, because YouTube allows it, and so I make no money on any YouTube videos of these first-party games. Now, in the past, games such as Super Mario Odyssey last year, you guys were very supportive during the streams. So even though I made no money on the playthrough, it didn't matter, you know, so I was like, okay. So we're going to see how this goes. If you guys like it, if you guys like the game, and you like the gameplay of it, and it has fun modes, and I'm having fun, and the streams are great, then I'll keep playing it, alright? But if not, no skin off anyone's back. If I play it once or twice and it's not great, and people are like, whatever, you know, not a big deal. We can move on and do something else. That's the cool thing about me being a variety streamer, is I'm not monstrously committing into anything, and I have the opportunity to try out different games and projects on the fly to see if they're any good, which is cool. You know, who would have thought that some of the games that I've played would have been popular, but they ended up being, you know, pretty good. I never thought PUBG, which I played on a whim back in December, would have been any good. Everyone cried and said, do not play H1Z1, and now everyone loves when I play H1Z1 and are happy that I played it because it's much better than PUBG. Right? So, thank goodness that I take these chances, and sometimes they turn out to be really good ones. So, we'll find out tomorrow, okay? Alright, so that's tomorrow. Then tomorrow night, guys, Friday night, to end the week of streaming content for you, I'm doing something different. I'm actually going to be doing an IRL stream. What is this stream going to be? It's going to basically be me kind of hanging out with you guys. Alright? You know, we'll see how it goes, but basically just hanging out for a couple hours, ending the week in a good way, shooting the shit, talking with you guys on stream, just having fun, Last week I did a podcast. People really did that. The week before I had a special stream because that was when DSPGaming was suspended, and that ended up being a successful kind of IRL style stream. So it seems like people like these streams. So I'm going to do one tomorrow night. Maybe I'll do one once a week moving forward. Maybe Friday nights, unless there's a new game on Friday, of course. But, let's see what happens. Just talk, shoot the shit, have fun. You know what I mean? And let's see how it goes. If people like this, then it's maybe something I'll do on the regular. Once a week, I'll do a kind of a stream just to chat with you guys and talk and just have fun and go back and forth rather than it be focused so much on a game or gameplay, right? Let's face it, I put out quite a lot of gaming and gameplay, so it's not like there's any shortage of that. All right, so that's tomorrow. Mario Tennis Aces and this IRL style stream. Saturday's my day off. So no streams on Saturday, guys. Sunday, I'll be back with the return and the continuation of Half-Life 2. It looks like I'm going to finish off the main campaign of the game on Sunday because I'm near the very end. And then I'm going to be starting up Episode 1, which is the first expansion episode for the game. So that's going to be Sunday stream. No second stream Sunday night. I got my monthly giant stack of bills to pay. So I'll be very busy Monday night. And then, Sunday night. And then Monday should be a double stream day. What will it be? Well, more than likely, if I liked Mario Tennis Aces on Friday, I'll probably be playing Mario Tennis Aces again on Monday as my main stream. And then Monday night should be the conclusion of Vampire. I hope. I really hope it's the conclusion of Vampire. Because it would be pretty frustrating if this game still keeps going on and on and on. I need to end it at this point, okay? And then, of course, Tuesday, we've got new releases. We've actually got The Amazing Adventures of Captain Spirit from Don't Nod, the free downloadable game. I'll probably be checking that out. And I may balance it with something, maybe my weekly H1Z1 stream or whatever. We'll see. All right. So that's what's going to be next week. It's going to be Mario Tennis, some Half-Life, this new game, this Captain Spirit game, whatever it is. And me continuing on with weekly stuff like Street Fighter H1Z1. Once we start wrapping up other stuff, then I'm going to be scheduling in The Simpsons Hit and Run. And then I'm also going to be scheduling in Persona 5. Also, there's a surprise new release next week. This was only announced 2 days ago, guys. And I didn't even know it was real until I looked it up myself. Apparently, remember that fighting game that I tried the beta of many, many months ago? It was called Fighting EX Layer. There was a beta for it, and this was a game made by this company, Arika, who in the 1990s made a series of fighting games called Street Fighter EX, and what it was these Street Fighter characters in a 3D environment. Keep in mind that Street Fighter had never hit 3D until Street Fighter 4, which was in 2009, but back in the 90s, this company was licensed to make a 3D graphic Street Fighter game, and it had a combination of things in it. It had the Street Fighter characters like Ryu, Ken, Zangief, Blanca, etc. But it combined them with original characters that in a lot of ways were kind of Street Fighter knockoffs. A lot of them played like Street Fighter characters or were grapplers. You know what I mean? Very similar gameplay. So I played this Fighting EX Layer beta a few months ago, and it was intriguing. It certainly didn't seem very balanced because there are certain grooves or modes you could pick that made it pretty unbalanced, in my opinion. But that was a long time ago. That was months and months ago. We don't know what they've changed between now and then. And apparently the game's coming out this coming week. It's actually coming out supposedly this Thursday. And so I think I'm going to get it. I think I'm going to get it and check it out. Something different, variety gameplay, variety fighting game, right? And I don't know if it's $60. I hope not. I hope it's like discounted since no one has heard of it. And I hope, it would be fun. A new fighting game, a totally new cast of characters that kind of look like Street Fighter knockoffs. It could be something fun to do for a while, right? So it'll be that, balanced with Half-Life, balanced with Mario Tennis. And, that'll take us into July when I'll be starting up, like I said, things like, Simpsons Hit and Run and Persona 5, okay? I hope it's not $60. I seriously hope it's not $60. All right. So there you go, guys. That's the rough schedule for the next couple of weeks. I hope you guys will be around. Again, lots of variety. Oh, yeah, and I should bring it up because someone just brought it up in the stream chat. The Street Fighter Master Run Challenge, the Street Fighter Anniversary Collection Master Run Challenge, is going to happen on Friday, the 29th of June. Okay? This is going to be a special event where for 7 to 8 hours, marathon style, I'm going to be attempting to beat all of the campaign modes, all of the arcade modes, I guess I should call them, of the games in the Street Fighter Anniversary Collection, starting with Street Fighter 2, the original, at the highest difficulty. This is going to be incredibly daunting because some of these games cheat constantly. Constant cheating. Okay? As in, oh, I hit you with a special move that does triple damage of what it should. Oh, I didn't do a charge, but I got a no-charge move. Oh, I did a move that hit 4 times, even though in the real game it only hits once. Right? The game actually bends the rules in order to break stuff, and it's pretty ridiculous. Let's see how it goes. That's going to be pretty exciting, that event. Lots of rage, but also should be lots of fun for you guys to watch, and it should definitely prove a daunting challenge for me. So I'm curious to see how I do. So that's going to be the 29th. That's a week from tomorrow, okay? I hope you guys will be here for that marathon if you can. It's going to be very good. Alrighty then. Okay. So, there you go, guys. That's the rough schedule. Alright. Alright, right now, let's go through some plugs. Okay. And, after the plugs, then I'm going to do shout-outs. Reminder, guys, as you guys can see, there is a cheer and tips leaderboard up. Also, I'll be keeping track of total subs as well. But if you are the top cheerer or top tipper for today on the stream, those contributions will be recorded on that leaderboard. All right? So, already I saw a couple people cheered. Thank you, guys. I will give you shout-outs in a moment after I get through the plugs. Okay? But, thank you. Thank you for the support, guys. In particular, let's start the plugs and say thank you guys for 10 years of support. For 10 freaking years, you guys have been around. And even though it may not be all of you, maybe some of you jumped on along the way. A lot of people say, oh, I started watching at this point of his career. I started, jumping on at this point or this point. And that's awesome. It's awesome that I have a fan base of people that have grown and, watched along with me over the years. Pretty awesome, right? For 10 years, I've shared my daily gameplay experiences, vlogging, all kinds of fun stuff with you guys. Thank you. I love doing this as a job, and I hope to do it for much longer as a job, as long as I can, okay? So that being said, thanks. The best way you can support me is to watch my videos and streams, and that's what you guys do. So thank you for that. But if you'd like to go above and beyond just being a standard video viewer or stream watcher, and maybe you'd like to do something different. Maybe you'd like to go above and beyond in a different way. There are many ways you can contribute, all right? The first way is to check out my Patreon over at patreon.com/DarksidePhil, all right? Every month, I hold a Patreon campaign there by which you can pledge to my Patreon, and it obviously helps me out. Those pledges go straight towards the cost of operating the business, including things such as the cost of games, the cost of electricity, the cost of internet, the cost of health insurance, because I got to pay for my own. It's not like I get it through a company, right? I have to pay for my own health insurance, very expensive. The cost of many, many things, equipment, things break all the time. So, all those factors, all right, you guys help with that cost. But in addition to that, you earn things for your pledges. Personal perks are earned when you pledge to my Patreon, depending on how much you do. FYI, in my opinion, the best perk available is the $5 perk. If you pledge $5 or more to my Patreon, here's what you get. Premium forum access to my forums, thekingofhate.com, where in an exclusive section, you would nominate and vote on games for special events. Right now, if you pledge to my Patreon, by the end of June, so there's 9 days left for you guys to pledge, all right, for this month, you'll be able to nominate and vote on games for the upcoming Rage-a-thon event. What is this event? Well, you're going to be nominating and voting on games that are going to cause me to rage. The most rage-inducing things you can think of. And, I mean, it could be any game eligible. It could be a game that's a platformer, a game that's a, RPG, a game that's an action-style game, a fighting game, a sandbox game. It could be a game that I've played before and raged, or a game that's totally new that I never played before that you think I'll rage at, all right? So that being said, a great event. And that's going to be coming up later this summer. We need time for people to nominate and vote on these games, obviously. But, yeah, please consider pledging and be a big part of that. What you guys may not understand is the amount of unprecedented control you get over big events like that if you pledge to my Patreon. For example, typically, typically, when we do one of these events, maybe 50 people will nominate and vote on games, if that. Sometimes it's way less, but I say probably the most ever, 50 individuals nominated and voted on games. And just think about that. 50 people are controlling the fate of a marathon / stream that's going to have hundreds, if not 1,000 viewers or more, and thousands of views on YouTube. So that's a pretty crazy amount of control, right? So again, please consider pledging. I do appreciate everyone who does, and it helps me out tremendously, and you get great control over these events. Now, it's not just about that. There's other perks, too, that I'm not mentioning on pre-stream here. Give it a look yourself. Patreon.com/DarkSidePhil has all the details, and thank you to anyone who does contribute. You guys are awesome. Okay. So that's number one. Number two, my friends, my Teespring shop, where I sell all kinds of fun DarkSidePhil DSP Gaming related merch, t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, stickers, and mugs. All great quality stuff that I can personally attest to because guess what? I own a bunch of it, okay? I bought a few of these shirts, the mug and everything last year. I've now owned them for over a year, and I can tell you guys, they're the highest quality. They don't fade. They don't fall apart. It's still great quality stuff that's holding up over a year later. The reason is because I pick the highest quality of stuff. You know, I could just pick the El Cheapo shit that is going to wear out. I don't. I actually create the higher grade of shirt, and it means that I make less money on every sale, but I would rather have you guys have a good collectible that lasts than a piece of garbage so I can make a buck, okay? So, please consider buying something from my Teespring shop. Check it out, teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming. Anything you buy, I get a commission. It helps me out, and of course, you get a fun collectible as well. So there you go. All right, last but certainly not least, my friends, if you were here live on the stream, and the reason I say that is because some people actually watch this pre-stream on demand on YouTube, just for full disclosure purposes. But for those of you who are actually here live on the stream, and you want to contribute because you want to get a shout out during the stream, right? You want to maybe get some interaction with me. Maybe you're excited for something fun happening on the stream, or you just want to say hello, whatever. You can get a shout out 3 different ways, either if you cheer with bits, if you subscribe to my channel, or if you tip me. Those are the 3 methods you could get a shout out with some qualifying criteria. So allow me to go through these. I just want to let you guys know that it is subjective what I read on my own streams. I have the ability to choose what I do and don't read. And basically, if you want to get your shout out read, there's some criteria to follow. The first is, please be as short-worded and concise as possible. The shorter you are with what you're saying, the better chance I'm going to read the whole message and react to it on stream. If you cheer, sub, or tip, and then give me a ginormous paragraph of text, chances are I'm not going to read it because it's going to take too long, and it's going to derail the whole stream. All right, that's number 1. Number 2, please be positive. Please stay on topic. Please don't try to derail the stream with drama or negativity. And what I mean by that is, please, number 1, don't bring up religion or politics because these are very, very diversive subjects that you typically make people argue if they don't agree. This stream is not about that. It's about, fun and gaming, and I don't want my stream to devolve into a bunch of arguments, so please don't bring up those topics. I will not address them. In addition, no insults, no toxicity. Please don't try to insult myself or other streamers or people in stream chat or anything like that. And also, please do not bring up negativity. Like, did you know someone stole your content? Did you know someone's saying something negative about you on the other side of the internet in a video? I don't care. We're all here to have fun and hang out together, guys. And that's what it's about. It's not about bringing up drama and negativity. Trust me, there's plenty of other streams where that's the focus. That's not the focus of my streams, all right? So, in general, if you follow these rules and guidelines, you'll be fine. You'll get a shout out, all right? But in general, 95% of people are good. It's just that you have 5% of people who either come in here intentionally trying to stir up trouble and drama, or maybe there's just some newcomers who aren't aware, all right? So, in that case, again, it's subjective what I read, but in most cases, our streams are positive and fun, and we have a good time. So, thank you, everyone, for your support, okay? Now, maybe you'd like to go a step further. Maybe you'd like to actually get an animation, a thank you animation to play on the stream. So now you're going to get visual and verbal recognition for your contributions. That is possible. How can you do it? Well, if you cheer 50 bits or more in one go, if you subscribe to the channel and wait a few minutes for a share button to appear, and you click on that share button, or if you tip me $5 or more in one go. Those are the 3 ways that you can get an animation to play on the stream. So then you get both visual and verbal recognition. It's pretty cool. All right? All right, guys. 2 more quick things, and then we'll get to shout-outs. Number 1, subscriptions, subscribers. have been great. If you guys aren't aware, subscribers are really high right now. This is actually the second highest I've ever had. The highest I ever had was at Christmas. Subscriptions were half price. That was a no-brainer. I was going to get a big influx at that time, right? And I am appreciative for that. And then they kind of dipped for a while, especially when the gameplay was slow because there wasn't many new releases. But now we're up to 514 subscribers. That's, like I said, the second highest really I've ever had. And I'm very appreciative of that, guys. So please consider subscribing to the channel. All right, what do you get for being a subscriber? Well, number one, you get access to all the cool emotes. You know, the ever-popular DSP Pepe emote, the me in a cowboy hat, the bunch of new Street Fighter emotes that were just released, including me as Ryu, the Hadouken and Fireball emotes. A lot of these are awesome. All right, and if you get these emotes, you can use them not only here, but anywhere else on Twitch, and it's pretty cool. So please consider becoming a subscriber for that reason alone. But then, in addition to that, you also will not have to watch advertisements, and typically I do run ads at least 1 to 2 times during every stream. You know, it's not very profitable to run ads here on Twitch, but, you know, it is what it is. I run them every once in a while, make a couple bucks, right? When I do, you won't have to watch those if you're a subscriber. You get to skip those, which is a big benefit, okay? And number 3, you get the cool Chat Crown badge, the loyalty badge. It shows how long you've been a supporter. It starts off as bronze. After 3 months of ongoing subscribing support, it's silver. Then it turns gold at 6 months. You get some rubies encrusted on your crown after a year, and so on, okay? So pretty cool, and thanks all of you who are, you know, a part of the subscription group. I appreciate all of my subs and all the support you guys lend, so thank you guys very much for that, okay? All right, last but not least, my friends. Last but not least, I mentioned tipping, and I just want to clarify how you can tip because it's completely different from both the cheering and the subscription deals here that are ingrained into the systems of Twitch. It's a third-party thing, so I want to clarify. How do you do it? All right. What the heck? I got a tiny spider on my screen. What the fuck? I got a tiny little spider. Just crawled on my fucking computer monitor. It's itty bitty. Oh my goodness. Let me see if I can grab a tissue and get him. I don't know where he went. He's microscopic. Where the hell did he come from? I don't even know where he went. He's so small. Holy shit. That's one of the smallest spiders I've ever seen in my life. Well, he's gone. I don't know where he went. He surprised the hell out of me because I was you know, reading your messages and everything here in the stream chat, and I was just about to get into the segment about tips, and he went across the screen. I was like, whoa. But he's absolutely tiny. Probably snuck in a window, or maybe it's a newborn, which happens. You get newborn spiders around this time of year. Just have to keep my eyes open to make sure that there's not like a ton of them, because I hate when there are a ton of them, then you have to fucking find them and kill them all, because they don't want to infest your house or whatever. But this guy looked incredibly small, so. Anyway, that was very distracting. Okay, so all that being said, guys, tipping. I mentioned tipping, right? How do you do it? Well, allow me to explain. You can tip via 2 methods. First of all, if you take a look below my live stream here on Twitch, if you take a look below it, okay, there should be a grid of information where you're going to see all kinds of stuff, all right, including things such as the stream rules, which you should definitely read and understand. They're very important to understand if you're here live on stream. There's also a link to my DSPGaming YouTube channel where I archive all of my daily live streams. If you ever cannot stick around and watch the whole thing in its entirety, you can watch it on demand at your leisure over on YouTube. But there's also a section where it says tip jar, and if you click on tip jar, all right, it'll allow you to go to the tips page where you can leave your name and a message if you want to get a shout out, or you can be anonymous. You can leave an anonymous tip too, all right? So that's how you do it. Now you may say, well, Phil, I don't see any of that information you just described at all. You know, what's going on? You know, why can't I see it? Well, you may be on a mobile device. If you're on a mobile device, that's okay. It just means that you can't see any of that information. It's not displayed All right, so sorry, now I'm looking all around for the spider. I really can't see it. So I don't know where the hell he went. He must have probably jumped off the laptop or somewhere else. But anyway, so if you don't see the information and you're on a mobile device, if you type !tip into the stream chat, all right, you will be able to be taken directly to the tips page because it will post up a link in the stream chat that you can click on to do so. All right, so those are the two ways you can tip. Thank you to anyone who cheers, subs, and tips. I'm very appreciative of all of your contributions. There were no tips yet today, but like I said, if you are the top cheerer or the top tipper today, I will get you up on the leaderboard. As you can see, it's at the top of the screen there. Okay. All right. You know what I should do, and I should have done this for the whole playthrough, but I didn't. I should put this at the bottom because when danger happens in this game, it appears at the top of the screen, and I know that those stats have been blocking that. And I only just realized this last time I played 2 days ago. So I'll move those to the bottom of the screen for now. Okay. Alright. So, guys. Thank you very much. Let's get to shout-outs for your contributions so far today. That means if you cheered, subbed, or tipped, I'm going to get your shout-out right now, and I'm going to start updating the leaderboard. Alright. So, first of all. Oh, my God. Okay, my laptop is lagging up here. Shout-out to the Honest Troll, who cheered 25 bits and asked the following. I have a quick question. If I were to move to the state of Washington to become a Twitch streamer or a YouTuber, would I be legally required to register myself as a business? Well, in particular, I'm one of the people who is more apropos to be able to answer this question because I got into tax trouble because my previous tax attorney did not advise me properly on how to do this, all right? So here's the deal. If you're a YouTuber or if you are a Twitch streamer and you make money doing what you do, all right, you have to pay taxes no matter what if you live in the United States. You're going to get caught, and you have to pay taxes. Federal taxes are going to be the same no matter where you live in the United States. But state taxes will vary depending on where you live. Every state is different. Now, when I lived in the state of Connecticut, they just had state income tax. So as long as I paid a state income tax every year, that was enough. That was sufficient. I didn't have to do any additional steps. I never had to register as a business. I never had to do any of that crap. Instead, I just paid state tax and I was done with it. All right. But when I moved out to the state of Washington, this state does not have a state income tax. All right. This state does have what's called a state business and occupation tax, meaning if you're not paying a state income tax, but if you classify as a certain income level and a certain kind of work, you have to pay extra taxes. All right. Now, I didn't know about this when I moved here. I asked my tax attorney about it, and I said, I told him, I said, I think I'm just going to get a new tax attorney out here since, this is the state of Washington, and it's different from what you're used to because you live in Connecticut. And he says, oh, no, don't worry. I can still continue to do your taxes for you. No problem. I have resources, and I know about it, so I'll be able to handle it. Okay, so I trusted him. So I move out here, and I moved out here in 2014, and up until last year, 2017, all I was doing was paying federal taxes. So my taxes went down significantly because there was no state tax I was paying, right? Then I come to find out I was supposed to be paying this tax all along, this business and occupation tax. And so the guy screwed me over. He didn't do his job. He didn't actually properly research anything. And of course, he didn't want to take responsibility for fucking it all up. So all that being said, yes, if you make a certain amount of income, okay, and it's different depending on what state you live in, but if you make a certain amount of income level, you have to register as a business in said state, okay? And once you're registered, you have a code number or whatever that gets registered with the Board of Revenue or whatever, the Department of Revenue, excuse me. And then, yes, once a year, what happens is you have to tally your income and tell them how much money you made, and then they do a little calculation and they tell you how much you owe, and then you have to pay that. The good news is it's way less than what I was paying for state tax in Connecticut. The state tax in Connecticut was ridiculous compared to this. This is like less than half of what I was paying in Connecticut, okay? So if I were to move back to Connecticut, immediately I'd see a huge tax detriment. I'd have to pay way more money for taxes just for fucking living in Connecticut, which is stupid as hell, okay? But that being said, it's annoying because I now owed thousands of dollars in back taxes that I had to pay. And the good news is, guys, I am all caught up. on state tax. I'm good to go as of right now. I'm good. I'm in the clear. So that's good. That's a good thing. But it just sucks that, you know, now I'm in the hole for other kinds of taxes because I haven't been able to pay them because all my money went to the state taxes. But I'm not going to bother you guys with that information, all right? We'll talk more about that if and when I need to. The good news is we got, you know, half the year to go to see how things go here, all right? So that being said, yes, if you live in the state of Washington and you're a YouTuber or you're a streamer or you're both and you make a certain income level, you have to register as a business and you have to pay business and occupation taxes to answer the question. So there you go. All right. Shout out to Jack Spartacus, who gifted a subscription to Black Mage C-Type. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate that. Okay. So thanks for the support. Now, moving on to people who cheered, subbed, and tipped during the pre-stream. Let's go ahead and start giving credit where credit is due. First of all, it opened up with That Douche Kid, who did a 50-bit cheer and said, "My body is ready." Thank you, That Douche Kid, for the cheer. I'm going to go ahead and I am going to put you on the leaderboard immediately. So here we go. Thank you very much. Top cheer for the day so far. All right. Shout out to Kate, who cheered 25 bits and said, "Happy Taco Thursday," and Ferris Bueller or The Breakfast Club. For me, it's Ferris Bueller. I've seen The Breakfast Club a couple times. I've seen Ferris Bueller probably 10 or more times. I love the movie. I think it's a good movie, very funny movie. Especially the principal. The shit that happens to the principal is very funny. So, okay. Shout out to a big bumbling black man who cheered 25 bits. He says, "Chuckle down a Mountain Dew kickstart and let's get this dream started." Popsicolo cheered. He says, "Let's see that bullshit dino winos with the sharp zoobies in their rot. Even Vex and Yarbles will be spoogy when they vidium. You make loads of pretty poly." There you go. I have no idea what you just said. Shout out to That Douche Kid who resubscribed to the channel for the 3rd month in a row. Thank you very much, That Douche Kid, for the 3-month resub and the support. I appreciate that. Then That Douche Kid also cheered another 50 bits and said, "You just explained this, dude." I don't know what he's talking about. He must be talking about something that was on the stream earlier. So my apologies. I don't know exactly what you're referencing. But thanks for the cheer. A big bumbling black man cheered again. He says, "I always see you itching your beard. Have you ever thought of shaving it off and going clean shaven like the old days, or no, because you might get a baby face?" I like the goatee. I do like the goatee. My girlfriend, Kat, likes the goatee. She even told me she would not want me to get rid of the goatee. She likes me with facial hair. In general, she likes me with facial hair. She actually likes it when I grow out the beard, but I told her I can't have it for too long because it itches. And it does. My actual beard, not the goatee part, but the other parts itch. It makes my face itch if it grows too long. So actually tonight I'm going to shave. But I like the goatee. She likes the goatee. It's really the rest of my beard that kind of itches, not really the goatee. So there you go. And no, I'm not considering going back to being babyface because I like the goatee. That's why. All right. Shout out to Ponage101. Ponage101 just tipped me $5 and says, "Been a while, Phil. Keep up the good work." Thank you. Good to see you back, Ponage. You're right. I haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well. And by the way, that makes you not only the first tip, but the top tip for today. So you're getting up on the Stream Stats leaderboard. Thank you very much, Ponage101, for that contribution. I appreciate it. Very nice. Okay. Shout out to Random Ghost, who tipped me $1 and said, "When you said you'd never watch an unedited movie, when can we expect a triumphant return to KO Gaming?" Never. The channel has been blacklisted by YouTube. If I upload any videos to that channel, they get immediately demonetized, so there's no reason to ever use the channel again. And he says, "Also, maybe I'm confused, but when do you get the cheer animation?" You get a cheer animation for a 50-bit or more cheer, all right? Or a $5 tip. You may be saying, "Well, I don't understand. 150 bits is not equivalent to $5. Why is that?" Well, here's why. Bits, ladies and gentlemen, are non-refundable. Okay? When you cheer with bits on the stream, that's a lock. I get those bits, and, you know, it's a good to go. It's a done deal. When you tip me during a stream, technically, yes, it's still a done deal, but there are some people who sadly have abused the tip system through PayPal to file false claims against me what they do is they lie and they say, oh, this was a sale of a good, which obviously it wasn't. It was a tip on a stream. But they say, Phil said he was going to sell me something, and he never shipped me the item. Therefore, I'm disputing this tip that I sent him. And what it does is it puts the funds on a temporary hold, and it makes me do extra work. I have to go through a bunch of legwork. First, I have to fill out a form. Then I have to put in a description of what happened. Then it kicks back to them. Then it kicks back to me. Then it kicks back to them. And it's an ongoing process that could take upwards of a month or more to get resolved. Now, the good news is, whenever this has happened, I've always won. I've always gotten the money, no matter what. Now, not in one single instance have I not won one of these. But it's a ton of fucking work. And some trolls, sadly, were doing things like when I had lower tip amounts, they would tip me like $1 and get an on-screen thing that would be an insult. They're like, fuck you, Phil. You're a piece of shit. And this would show up on stream with the animation. And then they would dispute all the tips. So, not only would they be saying nasty stuff on the stream, but then they would also be making a ton of work for me to get those few dollars. And it was just really annoying, and I even called PayPal about it. And they said, oh, there's nothing we can do. So I said, well, what I'm going to do then, I'm going to raise the threshold. In order to get that animation, you have to tip $5 or more. Because now at least, if they're going to do it, right? Let's say they do 5, 10, 20 of these things. Now you're talking, number one, it's hundreds of dollars I'm getting, so it's worth the work. It's not like I'm doing 100 disputes for $1. You know what I mean? It's worth the work put into it. And it's worth, they have to put a lot of money on the line. They have to, if they're using a charge card or whatever, a bank account, putting up $100 or more is a lot more risky, than putting up, say, a couple bucks. So that's why. Yeah, that's why the animations are different levels. And I apologize. I know that's confusing. I only talk about it a couple times. So that's why. It's 50 bits or more to get an animation, or it's $5 or more tip to get an animation. And that's why. All right? All right. Hopefully that explained it. Shout out to Atlas Telemon. He did a 49-bit cheer. He says, I won 2 H1Z1 matches this week. Fun game. Some advice. You need to up your various sensitivity settings to at least 15%. It will help with your game. Maybe I will try that when I play again. Maybe I will. We'll have to see. For me, the one problem I have with H1Z1 is sometimes when you draw your weapon, when you go to look down the sight, the game animation chops up on you, which fucks it up completely. Like, you can't fire. It'll, oh, I'm going to fire my gun. Oops, the game froze. And the next thing you know, the guy's 2 inches to the right. He's not in your sights anymore, but he's blasting you in the face with a shotgun, and you're fucked. At least that's the one real gripe I have with the game, so. Alright, anyway, thank you for the cheer. And then he cheered again. And he said, by the way, thank you for that depression part of your podcast last week when you talked about it. Well, thank you, Atlas, for that. You're certainly not the first person who's thanked me for that. Listen, over the last week, I took a lot of shit. Because, as you know, the incredible amount of negative jerks who hate me spin everything into a negative. So I do this really, hopefully useful segment on depression that I've suffered in my life and my personal experiences. And the bottom line is, I got a lot of good feedback from people saying, Phil, it helped, tremendously. But these negative people are just being, he doesn't really have depression. He's trying to do that to get sympathy and shit. Nowhere in that segment did I try to get any sympathy, right? I made no excuses. I said, even if depression caused me to do dumb stuff in my life, that's on me. It's my fault, and I own it. I never tried to justify things that I had done in the past that were wrong by saying, oh, it's just depression, forgive me. No, I never did that, And, people will just say whatever they want to say to be negative jerks. So, the reason I did the segment, very matter-of-factly, was because I wanted to help people, and you're one of the people who has expressed the fact that I did, so I say thank you for that. All right, let's continue. Kate cheered and said, shout out to all the kids in my hospital. You're the real MVPs for battling cancer. Ginkgo Master subscribed to the channel. Thank you, Ginkgo Master, for the sub. I appreciate that very much. And in fact, I will check sub count. Let's see how we're doing with subs. We started at 514 today. Let's see if it went up or down. Let's check. The fuck? I have no idea why my laptop just made those sounds. What on earth? Oh, it's looking like sub count isn't working. I just did this. Oh! Error connecting to the proxy service. Sub count is not working. So I guess I can't answer that question right now. I'll have to check back later. But yeah, it sucks. The subcomp command is broken. And I also have no idea why the laptop made those bloop bloop sounds. I don't know what's happening. Alright, let's continue. Shout out to Atlas Telemon who cheered again. He said it will help your game. What he meant to say when he did his cheer for H1Z1. Thank you again for the cheer. Big Bumbling Black Man cheered. He said, have you ever investigated the reasoning why your KO Gaming channel got blacklisted? Was it the result of detractors or a random mishap? No, detractors have nothing to do with it. Because the bottom line is, my DSP Gaming channel has had more false reports against it than probably any channel on YouTube. I'm sure of it. With the amount of gameplay I put up there on a daily basis, and the fact that it's operated for 8 years, or actually take it back, 7 years, right? No, 8 years. That's right. It's been in effect since April of 2010. So actually, DSP Gaming's been around for over 8 years. So no, I've had way more negative shit against DSP Gaming than I ever had against KO Gaming. It has nothing to do with the detractors. It's YouTube's fucked up algorithms. YouTube's algorithms just don't work. You know, they write these automated things that are supposed to do tasks. Oh, let's detect a channel that has what we consider to be content that's not advertiser friendly, and let's flag the shit out of that channel. And in particular with KO Gaming, alright, I didn't make a video for the channel for like 3 months. I believe it was actually late 2016 into early 2017. And then when I finally went back to start uploading reviews, and I started uploading them again, they all got demonetized instantly. Instantly. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I tested it. I actually uploaded a video. No title, no tags, no description, no information. It got demonetized. So that means that they have completely blacklisted the channel from having advertisements. What I could do, upload a video. It's going to get demonetized, right? Then make it public, then submit it for review, to be reviewed, have it reviewed, and hopefully have the video monetized, and then make it go live. But now you're talking upwards of, a 3-day delay. There have been some videos that I submitted for review that took upwards of 3 or more days for YouTube to ever get to it and approve it for ads. So, essentially, it would be a channel where I work my ass off making videos, and, the videos are always going to be super late. A game is out for a week, I beat it, then I try to review it. My reviews won't come out for like 2-3 weeks after a game's out. It's just not worth it. YouTube screwed over that channel. That was a thing I enjoyed doing. I liked doing the edited style reviews. I had a video that had 1 million views on it, right? People loved the content of that channel, and YouTube essentially killed it. Because they're just, their algorithms, they're just assholes. Okay? So it's pretty broken. And, what can I say? I know there's no reason for it. It's their algorithm. It wasn't like, oh, trolls came and flooded the channel. No, like I said, if that was the case, DSP Gaming, every video would be demonetized, and it's not. So it's not that. It's their garbage algorithm. All right, shout out to King of Hypocrisy, who cheered. He says, were taxes in Connecticut really that bad? Yes, they were, by the way. He says, wouldn't it have been cheaper in the long run to stay in the old condo till you could sell it and then move? No, because if you're not aware, the old condo, I bought it for like $130,000. It's only worth now around $60,000, and that's not an exaggeration. That's how bad the housing market in Connecticut has happened in the last 10 years. The housing market completely fell out from under it, and all the houses in Connecticut are worth like nothing now. Okay, they're all shit. Unless you live in a really affluent area of Connecticut, all the housing market tanked. So, if you don't know how mortgages work, which you probably don't, I'm sure, when you get a mortgage on a house, the first several years, like I say the first 5 to 10 years of a 30-year mortgage, all you're paying is the interest. Meaning the money that the bank makes on that loan is what you're paying. So even though I've had that condo now for almost 10 years, because I bought it in 2009, even though I've almost had it for 10 years, I've only paid down like $10,000 to $20,000 of the principal. So even though the mortgage was for $130,000, I still owe like $110,000. So if I just sat there living there in that condo until it was enough that the condo would be worth enough to pay off the mortgage, potentially I could be living there for 20 or more years. No, I'm pretty sure I shouldn't sit there till I'm 50 years old and then decide, oh, now it's time to move, to benefit the business. No, that would have never happened. It would have been incredibly stupid and wrong. So there you go. All right, Random Ghost tipped me $1. He said, thank you for the answer. Still waiting for KO Gaming 1. Sure, it won't make a profit, but it'll attract more people to your main channel, and wouldn't providing higher quality content be nice for the people regardless of the money? Yeah, in an ideal world, Random Ghost, in an ideal world, this magic land of rainbows and unicorns, where I don't have to worry about money anymore, because, you know, I don't owe back taxes, I'm not up to my eyeballs in debt, and I have a terrible credit rating because I have so much debt in my name, to the fact where some months I'm living paycheck to paycheck because I need just enough money to pay all the minimums on my bills. In a fantasy world, all right, yes, I should be able to just do whatever kind of content I want, and I should just be able to make videos that are high quality and not have to worry about money. Sadly, that's not the real world we live in, Random Ghost. And I'm sorry to say that, and I hope you don't take this as like I'm trying to insult you. I'm not. But that's reality of life. When you become an adult with tons of financial responsibilities, you realize that you can't do that anymore. Most people in life end up having a job or career they really wish they didn't do, but they have to stick with it because of financial security reasons. And for me, I have to put out a certain kind of content that is monetizable so that I can make money to pay my bills and keep all the stuff that I have. It's very simple. All right, that's the deal. So, yeah. There you go. I wish. If only I could win the lotto, right? This fantasy world where I win the lottery for millions of dollars and I don't need to worry about financial issues anymore. Yeah, then I could make high quality reviews again, and then I could stream a little bit less to spend more time with my girlfriend, and, you know, maybe I could go on trips again, right? Go around vlogging trips into, like, it's not going to happen, you know? Like, I have to live in the real world. There you go. Shout out to Atlas Telemon. He says, KO Gaming was a good channel, had good momentum. Fuck YouTube. I agree. I really do agree there. I'm pissed off that the whole channel got you know, messed up, and there's nothing I can do about it. It's YouTube's decision to do what they do. Atlas Telemon did a 100-bit cheer. He says, are you open to play H1Z1 duos with mics? I would sign up and play. Maybe. It's not something I really looked towards, because as you know, every time I try to do something like that, I get trolled. The one match ever that I did teams in H1Z1, someone trolled. And I was like, well, that's it for that, you know. So, is it something I consider in the future? Yes. Is it something I'm looking to do right now? No. YOLO Dopper just cheered. He says, the 3-day delay wouldn't be an issue if your reviews get thousands of views like the Homefront review. Right, but the problem is, the longer the delay in releasing a game review, all right, the longer the delay, the bigger the issue. And in particular, in order to even get a video reviewed on YouTube for demonetization, it has to have 1,000 views. So I would have to release a video, get it 1,000 views, submit it for review, hide the video, have it sit there for 3 days, hopefully get monetized, then make the video public again. It's not going to work. Yola Dauber also cheered and said, would you have moved to Seattle if you were not in a deep relationship at that point in time? Chances are, yes. I've always wanted to get the hell out of Connecticut. Like I said, living in Connecticut at that time was way too fucking expensive, okay? It was, you know, the taxes in particular were out of control. The internet quality was terrible. Remember, I always had issues with my internet to the point where, you know, I couldn't even, if I was still living in Connecticut, I couldn't be a full-time streamer like I am now. They don't have business-level internet available anywhere, and the internet was always finicky where I lived. So every day I'd have an issue with the internet. I'd be like, well, guys, the stream's screwed up. It doesn't matter. I'm just uploading videos to YouTube. But I can't do that anymore. I can't make my living off of YouTube anymore. So I would literally not be able to operate my business if I moved back to Connecticut the way that I do. I don't even know what I would do. If I were forced to move back to Connecticut to that condo, I don't know how I would do this daily because the internet there sucks. You know, I really don't know what I would do. Real talk. I would probably lose a lot of money and have to everything would be fucked up. And it sucks, but that would be reality. You know, that's why I hope I never have to get to that point. But no, I always wanted to move out of Connecticut anyway. Before even I was in any kind of a relationship, I was still looking to move out of Connecticut. And the one decision that would have been different, I wouldn't have gotten a big house. Like, well, even though this house isn't big, it's not ginormous or whatever. In fact, you know, it's kind of, it's for the houses out here that are nice, this is considered kind of a mid-range, okay, nice house. It's not, you know, there's really crazy good houses out here. But then again, there's places that are a step down. And being very honest, if I hadn't been with someone else at the time, yeah, I definitely would have gotten a smaller place, you know. I absolutely would have gotten a smaller place just for me. That would have been just enough for me, big enough for me. And it would have been more of a concern is if I get a big place by myself, how the hell am I going to clean it and keep it and maintain it? So that's why I, would have probably gotten a smaller place just for me. But now it's a different situation anyway. I'm living, with my girl Kat, and the house is being used, very nicely, and it's good stuff. So there you go. Insomniatic Meat did a 50-bit cheer. So actually, Insomniatic Meat, oh, wait a minute. Actually, I take that back. Atlas Telemon did a 100-bit cheer, right? My bad, Atlas. I wasn't paying attention. You are now the top cheerer. Let's get you up on the leaderboard, okay? Let's get you up there. 100 bits. There we go. All right. There you go. So Atlas Telemon is the current top cheerer. Thank you, Atlas, for that. I appreciate that. All right. So now going back to Insomniatic Meat. He says, Phil, I just woke up with a massive headache. Today's a chill in bed and watch Phil only type of day. Hope you are well. Sorry to hear that. Definitely drink a lot of fluids. Lots of water. You may not realize this, but 9 times out of 10, headache is caused by dehydration. And it could be by various means. Like, for example, if you drink a lot the night before, alcohol, and you get a bad headache, okay? You get a really bad headache, and you wake up, the hangover, as it's called, is really because your body is dehydrated. The alcohol dried out your body, and what you need to do is drink a ton of water to hydrate your body, and then your hangover will go away. So, hydrate yourself. Hope you feel better as well. Okay. Let's see here. Shout out to a big bumbling black man who cheered and said, why did you choose to live near Seattle? Was there any reason you chose to move to Washington in particular and not another state? Many reasons. Many reasons. Number one, because at the time, I believe there was no state tax. The truth is there is no state income tax, but there is a state business and occupation tax. But at the time, I was told by my tax attorney, oh, there's no state, there's no state tax. So that was number one. The good news is, though, that, like I said, the tax here is still way cheaper than it would be if I still lived in Connecticut. So there's still a benefit. Number two, the weather. The weather out here, we barely ever get inclement weather. Okay, we get a lot of rain. That is true. But in general, the weather is moderate. What does that mean? It means that we don't get crazy snowstorms and ice storms. We get heat, but we don't get insane hurricanes, tornadoes. We don't get fucking crazy ass 95, 100-degree weather with full 100% humidity. We don't get any of that. And I wanted that because, I have a back injury. And when I lived in Connecticut, it got so bad sometimes with the weather, the extremes of this weather. I sometimes would be locked in my home for weeks at a time. I wouldn't be able to go out and do grocery shopping because there's fucking ice and snow on the ground. And God forbid I go out there, I slip and fall, and now I end up in the hospital needing surgery. So, sometimes my car was encased in fucking ice and snow, and I couldn't break it out myself because of my back. So, that was a really bad situation. That was like me living in the worst climate for someone who has the kind of injury that I have. So that was a major concern. Okay. And then number three, I was looking for a state that obviously was going to be able to have things that are going to benefit me when it comes to, the business. And so, for example, being able to get the business class internet where it has no data caps and stuff out here was a huge positive because I couldn't get that in Connecticut. In Connecticut, everything was going, terrible. My internet was bad. They were going to institute data caps and the like. And I was like, this is not good. I need to basically do what I can to improve the business. And also out here, because of the place that I got, I have a office now, a room that's at my office. And, having the dedicated room definitely helps, okay? So there were a lot of factors considered. I mean, there are other places I was looking into, like Florida, Texas, etc., who also are very good when it comes to business. However, they all had bad weather. So it was like the best of both worlds, something that's going to benefit my business, lower taxes, better internet, but also has good weather in comparison to where I come from. And also, probably what was the major selling point for me was that where I live now, everything I need is close. I don't ever, and I'm not even kidding you, I don't ever need to go on the highway. I have not once in the 4 years that I've lived here in Washington ever gotten on the highway. I can get everywhere I need to go from a main road within like 30 minutes. I think the furthest is 45 minutes to get to Seattle. I can drive right into Seattle, the city itself, without ever needing a highway, which is amazing. Groceries, clothing, electronics, restaurants, anything that I need to go shopping is right here. It's all right near me. I don't need to go far. So I have low gas mileage. You know, I don't have to spend a lot of money on gas driving around. I don't have to drive that much at all. It's hugely beneficial. I mean, how awesome was it, right? Kat, you know, went from her old, where she used to live, to moving in with me, and she was able to transfer to her job, which is right nearby. She was able to transfer right away. See what I mean? Like, it was just such a major benefit. You know, other places that might not have been. So, this is a big burgeoning part of the country as well, for those who don't know. A lot of young people want to live here, and so real estate prices are skyrocketing. Since I bought this house 4 years ago to now, the value of this home has increased dramatically. So if I stay here, the real estate prices should continue to rise, and the value of this home should continue to go up, and I should be able to get more and more equity, and it should help me out in the long run. So there you go. All right. All right, guys. So I think we're good to go. All right. I think we're good. I want to say thank you guys for being supportive on the pre-stream. Thanks to everyone who cheered, subbed, and tipped so far. I appreciate that. We're now going to head into the conclusion of Jurassic World Evolution. See how it goes. Hopefully we can wrap this up today. As I said, I am on the final island. There's not much else to do. I just got to make this island viable. Right now, pretty much all of the stuff I've done on this final island has been trying to maintain order on the island. The dinosaurs have been fucking going nuts, okay? So I'm going to see what I can do about maintaining order, and then, you know, picking and choosing and raising my own dinos to raise the star rating and finish this up, and hopefully we can unbox sandbox mode today, okay? Oh, we had one final cheer from Omniscias, who cheers that we re-upload the Final Fantasy 13 playthrough as the channel has been taken down, and that playthrough was hilarious. I mean, I may eventually... I mean, obviously, if I did, I would upload it to DSPGaming. However, I can tell you this. Number one, I know for a fact a lot of the videos had been claimed regardless. Like, I think some of the videos had already been blocked and claimed by, like, Square Enix or whatever. I'm not sure about that. I think they were, though, over the years. So the playthrough wasn't even really complete anyway. And number two, yeah, you're right. The channel's gone because some asshole hacked it or whatever. Would anyone even watch the Final Fantasy 13 playthrough now if I were to upload it? I mean, I don't know. And I would have to find it. I can tell you right now, more than likely I have it because I've saved all my videos on external hard drives. But I have, no lie, probably about 20 to 30 of them. And I would have no idea what hard drive it's on. I would have to go basically, you know, looking for every single one to see if I can find it. Let me put it this way. All right. Let me put it this way. If there were a pressing reason for me to eventually re-release the playthrough, like, oh, Final Fantasy 16 is coming out, and people are having a retro vibe and really want to watch my Final Fantasy 13 playthrough, yeah, maybe I would go back and I would find it. But for now, it's not worth my time. It really isn't. I'd rather just continue on with new content. All right. All right, guys. Thank you. Let's end the pre-stream. Again, thank you for cheer, subs, and tips so far today. If you want to get on the leaderboard, you got to beat Atlas Telemon's 100-bit cheer or Ponage 101's $5 tip. Sub count command isn't working, so it sucks I can't update the sub count, but I will later if it starts working again. Thanks for your support, and let's get the show on the road.